What is up, man? It is your boy Alexander Michaelides, and I'm here with
Aj Ealef Cuts.
Yes, sir, and welcome to episode 18.
18.
In the cut.
Yes, sir.
Whew. How you feel, bro?
Good, man. 18 episodes. 18 episodes. We've come a long way. We've come a very long way from the start. We've improved. We've learnt so much about each other and about the people in the chair, the guests that we've had. And yeah, I'm G'd.
Yeah, bro. 4.5 months. Probably like 6 months since we had the idea and fully started filming and whatnot. I think that December's a busy time, and we're filming this on the 3rd of December. Might be our last one for the year, bro. And I think for you, especially because you haven't kind of done this before, what was it like filming a podcast, bro? What was it like doing it every week and posting? And what was that experience for you?
It was a great experience, man. It was something different. I've never done it before. You know, even in terms of the depth of our conversations, I have, you know, meaningful conversations in the chair with clients, but here it just feels like it's next level. I feel like I've, you know, as I said, learned heaps about you, but not only you, even myself. And, you know, I'm keen to explore further in the future. But how about you, bro? You've done this before. This is your second time now doing a podcast. What's maybe changed from when you started, or what's something that you've taken from that you've put into here that's now you've improved?
Yeah, man. I think first and foremost, like our consistency. Like I was pretty happy with how consistent we were, given that, you know, we're both pretty busy, but we made the time to continue to film. And I think just like having free conversations and just like being genuine in what we want to talk about. I think sometimes before maybe I was a bit too premeditated or pre-planned or whatnot, but we just discuss what we want to talk about, right? Because at the end of the day, this is our podcast. This is for us, by us, right? So that's been the biggest thing. But in terms of you know, skills and whatnot, what do you think something you've taken away from podcasting? Do you think there's been anything that's been beneficial to you?
I think being able to sort of express and I guess elaborate on what's really going on is something that's important to do. I think we don't do that as males, but also just as people in general. We're not that good at articulating our feelings, and I think doing the podcast actually enabled that a lot, to take that to a deeper level. How about you, bro?
I think for me, probably just being vulnerable, just like really, you know, I feel like over these last 18 episodes, I've shared some things that, you know, have happened to me or how I felt, and just embracing doing that. And I think that's been a really key pillar of kind of what we do and my goal in being on the putty, bro, just being relatable, bro, for someone to listen to, whether it's a clip, whether it's a full app, and just being like, okay, I can relate to that.
What's something in the podcast that maybe you didn't really expect, you know, doing the podcast?
Something I didn't expect, man. I didn't expect us to continue to have like solid conversations when it's just me and you. Like, nah, because like obviously like I see you like once a week at least, and then like if I get my cut, that's like another convo. But like I'm really happy and fortunate that no matter what it is, like we'll always have something to talk about. I think that I thought maybe we would rely on guests a lot more than we actually did, because we didn't really have too many guests this first season, whatever you want to call it. So I think just to be able to continue to converse with you, bro, but then also like I didn't expect, no, maybe, I don't know, but like I don't feel like I didn't expect it to turn into a lot more than what it is, bro. Like I can confidently say like you're one of my close mates, and like, you know, went from just being in your chair and being a client to like, oh, this guy's freaking, he's coming to my birthdays, coming to my papa's house, like my mom's met him, like having double dates and shit, like just, you know what I mean? Forming a legitimate friendship and brotherhood. And I think that's, to be real, that's more valuable than any piece of content we put out. Like whatever happens, bro. But just to have like a lifelong connection and shit is like, I feel like that's way more empowering than anything. So I kind of didn't expect that.
No, I appreciate that, bro. And I agree. I mean, coming onto the podcast, I definitely thought, you know, that we, you know, establish meaningful connections and that we'd be able to speak about what's going on. But yeah, it's gone to a deeper level, and that's something that's really important. You know, you guys out there, even doesn't have to be a podcast, but whatever you guys are doing, if you see yourself, connecting well with the individual, then foster that connection, make it thrive, because as we've spoken about, meaningful relationships are, far outweigh anything else.
100%, bro. And with that being said, what's one thing that you feel like we can improve on as a podcast, In the Cut podcast, season 2, 2025? What can we improve on, bro? Whether it's from
honestly, like a lot of things, heaps of things. I reckon heaps of things. I mean, we started well, yeah. We've done really well. We've been, mostly, consistent. I give it like a 8.5 out of 10 consistency. Yeah. But probably, one thing would be the consistency. Another thing would be, and these are things that I want to work on for next year. Yeah, the consistency. Getting episodes out every week, and that's my fault as well. I'm sometimes, we'll do it, and then we don't do it because we got other things to pop up. But yeah, just establishing and making it a priority to do. And that goes with anything, there's no need to procrastinate when you got something on your plate. And that's something that I actually have been struggling with a lot lately. I leave it to the last minute. If I got to do something, I should do it. And that's something that next year, I should start it now, but 2025, I'm going to make that a priority. But yeah, I reckon consistency, getting videos out, recording videos on a regular basis. Guests as well. Yeah. Try hard to get guests on. Find the right guests for this platform. What else can we improve on? I think maybe even the studio. We got plans. We got things we want to do. Mm-hmm. But things for the studio. What do you reckon, bro?
I think, like you said, the consistency is going to be a big part. I think consistent content is going to be huge, because from every conversation I've had, I was like, I like the podcast. I don't listen to the full thing, but I watch the clips. So I'm like, I think clips are going to need to continue to like smash that and grow our socials. I think we need to set like just some targets, not necessarily goals. We're just like things we're aiming towards for next year. And I think, expanding our guests, and like in January, we should be planned for like March
for sure
type shit. Like really forward thinking, because I think if we're both more planned with it and diligent, it's just going to be easy, because it's just going to be like clockwork. Like, all right, we know this is what we got. This is what we got scheduled. So that's why I think it's important we spend from now to the rest of the year kind of loading up, kind of planning and making those upgrades to the studio, getting the right people on board, scheduling our posts, like all those little things that go into building a successful podcast. So I do think that like I honestly think like some of the things you say is pretty valuable. I think our conversations are worth listening to every now and then, maybe not the full 45 minutes for some, but I definitely think there's snippets and gems that can be taken away. So it's just about kind of getting it out there. And we've had discussions on this about building it and doing it and views and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, bro, I think that's going to be the play. But what's your one biggest goal for the podcast next year?
Biggest goal?
Yeah.
Well, I think in terms of consistency, we're now episode 18. If we deep it, there's 52 weeks in a year.
You can do the math? Go
on. 70.
There you go.
70. So what are we saying? We've got to be episode 70 by the end of next year.
Okay. You go to Greece for 7 weeks.
Okay.
But no, we can... Okay. We can
episode 60. Episode 60.
65.
65. We're on 65 next year.
Yeah, deal.
This time next year, we're on 65.
Deal. That's
it. That's the goal.
Okay.
What about you?
Getting a guest that neither of us know, but it was like organic, like
definitely.
You feel me? Like on some random shit, like
definitely.
Whether it's socials, they reached out, we reached out, whatever. But like someone we've both never met.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
It'll be like just cool haps.
Definitely. And once we keep putting ourselves out there, the proof is in the pudding. It will definitely come.
100%. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Yeah, it will, bro. And I guess just seeing, the progression in the socials and what happens there, bro. But yeah, bro. But all in all, like it has been pretty dope. It has been pretty fun. Like we've had some great guests on. Shout out all our guests. Mm-hmm. Shout out Tribe. Shout out Ealef. Shout out Torres. Mm-hmm. Shout out Fortune. Shout out
Ali.
Yeah, shout out Ali.
Shout out Zaraf.
Shout out
I think is that what all of them? I think that was all of them.
Yeah.
Fortune, you said Fortune.
So Fortune, Taurus, Ayul, Tribe. Yeah, bro. Not too bad. Like,
It's
pretty
alright.
meaningful conversations. And just dope to kind of share their story and document their journey. And we're keen to get more people on and continue to summarize what we do, bro. But in one word, how would you summarize your 2024? Just one word.
In one word. Okay. I mean,
That's a word? Okay.
one word. I reckon just huge.
Mm.
Yeah, just big 2024. How about you, bro?
I will say monumental.
There you go.
That's what I'll say. Why was yours big?
Just everything's going on, man. Everything's going on. Work's busy. You know, we started the podcast. You know, I'm getting back into the gym now. Gym's been full on for the last few months. Everything, bro. Everything. There's always something going on. And I like that. I do like that. But yeah, it's just been eventful, you know?
Do you think that sometimes like there's too much going on?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it's like, I just wanna leave and never come back and just go to an island.
Okay.
But then you realize you're like, well, I can't do that. So
what needs to give?
Nothing.
But how if it's too much?
You just keep going, man.
No, but you can't. That's not sustainable.
Yeah, but nah, you do have to take the foot off the gas for sure. But yeah, at the end of the day, you just can't quit.
It's not about quitting though. It's about, I think, reshaping. Like if you look at everything you're doing, like you said, it's been big. You have, all your cuts, the gym, podcast.
But I think it's a blessing. It's a blessing that things are the way they are.
No one said they're not.
So yeah, but at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. I always think everything happens for a reason. If you're doing what you're doing, it's for a reason. And I spoke to someone else about this recently, and they got a lot going on in their life right now. And that person was like, well, there's times when I want to just give up, but you can't because that's going to be positive at the end.
Yeah, but I don't know if I agree with that because it's not about giving up if you're like making a calculated move to better your productivity by taking on less but doing it better. Like, what do you mean?
Maybe you can't take on less, if it's there right in front of you.
So you feel like everything you're doing right now you have to do to this capacity?
Nah, of course not.
So then you're lying.
Then you're lying.
you're just. So then what is it?
Nah, I mean, I think. Oh, there's this quote. I forgot it.
God loves a quote.
Something about something yielding results. I don't know.
Something about something yielding results. That's mad.
I don't know. But pretty much, you gotta realize that it's gonna come out positive. It's gonna be positive in the end. As long as you're not physically, figuratively killing yourself to stay alive and to work, as long as you're not doing that, and if you can walk through it with a smile on your face, then you know that it will be positive in the end.
I agree with you, bro. But, bro, I've seen you sick like 4 or 5 times these last 4 months. But I'll ask you a question. With everything you got going on in your life right now, is it sustainable to do for another 365 days?
Right now, look, no, but that's what I'm saying. We got to take a step back sometimes when we need to.
Don't waffle, yes or no?
No, you can't. But I'm saying it's important to just know that there are positive times ahead. Not that times aren't positive, but that there are times when it will all, relax and kick back.
Okay, so you're like working towards that.
Definitely.
But okay, so how is it going to relax and kick back if you're not willing to sacrifice anything?
Well, I think, as we've spoken about, if you have the goals and you have the tasks set in place to get to that goal, then it's all going to be worth it in the end.
But when's the end, brother? How far? How long? Is the end like next year for you? What is the end?
What the goal is.
What is the goal?
It depends. Well, for me, I want to have a shop. That's the goal.
Here we go.
That's the goal. That's going to be next year.
Okay.
So that's and that's not the end though. That's just the beginning.
That's the start of the next one. Yeah.
That's the beginning. So that's the thing, man. I think it's important to, be hungry and to want.
Always. Okay, so you think you're going to work as hard as you are right now until you get the shot, and then from the shot you're going to work even harder.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone working hard, I guess it's on a spectrum, It depends on what you constitute as hard. But like at the end of the day, as long as you have balance, you can keep going.
Do you think you have balance?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think you have the right balance?
Definitely.
Bullshit. You reckon?
As long as definitely, man, 100%. 100%.
Okay. I'm just trying to force you to think critically.
I'd love probably more
downtime.
Call it downtime, but at the end of the day, if I had more downtime, then I'd feel like it'd feel like wasted time.
But maybe that needs to be a change of mindset, not a change of behavior. Because why is that a waste of time?
Because
when you're so...
Because you could be doing something else.
But you don't need to be. But you could be. They're two different things. And need and could are different.
See, now, every time I speak to you, you're always doing something. Yeah? Are you happy to be doing something?
Most of the time, but I have the exact same mentality as you. That's why I'm grilling you. Because I know. That's why this is where this is coming from. Because I need to take this own advice. I had dinner with the missus on Saturday night. Bless her, and she just roasted me. I swear to God. So I'm just roasting you, bro. I'm just paying it forward because I was saying all these things like I'll rest when I'm dead, like all this cliche shit. She's like, nah. So I'm just and it caused me to reflect. So I just want to give that perspective to you because given the first thing you said when we walked in here was, I'm so burnt out.
But what does resting mean to you, bro?
I think resting to me is like recovery, like. Legitimately, like rest your mind, rest your body, like just, bro, rest. You know what I mean? I struggle, like a big thing for me this year, I struggle with sleeping. Because I'm just thinking. Like I don't know, sometimes if I'm awake or I'm asleep, because I'm just thinking of shit. Whether it's an idea, whether it's the next school, whether it's the next like I just don't sleep, bro. Like, and that affects me sometimes because I'm not well rested. I think I have so much on my plate that I struggle to navigate it sometimes. And I act like a martyr. I'm good. I love it. Like, love the chaos. But, like, deep down, bro, like, shit's... I need a rest, bro. So, I've tried to do a better job this year of, like, just giving myself nights off and, like... But, again, like, I feel guilty as well if I don't do anything. I'm like, oh, I'm such an unproductive, fat fuck. Like, I'm not doing... like, excuse my French, but, like, I'm not doing anything. But you just got to learn, like, not everything can be done, bro. And then, like, we'll be like, yeah, but it can. But, like... Low key, man, it can't. And I feel like we need to accept that. Like, I get all the workaholics and I get like, I so understand it, but we're also early 20s doing a lot better than a lot of other people, even though we shouldn't compare, but it's just more like, shit, if I need a night off, cool, I'm going to give myself that. Like, if I need like this off or like I need a couple days, I'm going to do that. Like, I feel like, again, we put so much of our energy out that like we got to give it back to us, bro. And it is about that balance. And bro, sometimes like if I'm freaking wrecked, bro, and like I don't have it, bro, I'm not gonna go to the gym. Like I'm lifting more days than I'm not. Like it's all good, I got to stop letting myself feel guilty because I do that a lot.
It sounds like a lot of it is a mentality.
I think it is. I think it all is.
And even the resting part.
Yes.
The reason I say that. If you love running marathons, that can be your rest day. Hear me out.
Go.
If you love running marathons, that can be your rest day. You can work, 60 hours a week in a warehouse. And if all you want to do that week is run a marathon on a fucking Sunday, go run it. That's your rest day.
Yeah, if you're physically like capable.
Exactly right. And that's why I'm saying it's a mentality. Because, bro, I can stand here, for 6 days a week and 7 days a week, whatever, 8 days a week and cut hair.
8 days a week is crazy. Yeah.
I can stand here for 8 days a week and cut hair. And if I love doing that, I'll keep doing that the next day.
Yeah, that's fine until you can't.
Until you can't. Definitely.
But there's always going to be a point in time where it catches up to you.
And then when you can't, it doesn't mean doing nothing. Because that's why even you said, bro, you said you can't do nothing because you feel guilty, yeah? It doesn't mean doing nothing. It doesn't mean not doing stuff. It just means taking that shift from what you've been doing a lot of to do something else a little bit.
No, I'm going to challenge you. I think next year I'm going to learn to do nothing. Because you have to, bro. Like,
yeah.
Because if you're always so busy and always so wide and like freaking ready to go, like, you can't, bro. You have to charge up, bro.
Fair enough.
Bro,
yeah.
like, you have to charge up. So I get like shifting energy and I get it because like I've been like that most of my life and like I'm sounding like such a hypocrite right now because I don't even listen to myself. But this is like what I want to do. You feel me? Like, just gotta learn to do nothing. Even if it's like a couple hours. I'm not saying all day like you fat slob, like stay in bed for weeks. Like, no. I'm just saying like whether it's a night, like you had a task, whatever, put it to the side because you know this 3 hours of downtime is going to set you up to be even more productive the next day.
Definitely. I agree with that.
Okay.
I do agree with that. It's just like some things like, for example, if I was to like, you know, spend my day like a Sunday in bed, I'll feel shocking that day. Like terrible, worse than I'll feel any other day just because I haven't, I haven't maintained my routine and I haven't stayed doing the things that that regulate me and keep me at an equilibrium.
Yeah, but what if you need that? What if your body's telling you need that?
And if your body's telling you need that, then you need that.
You're not going to do it? I feel like you wouldn't.
Nah, if your body's telling you that you need it, then okay, you definitely need it.
Yeah,
and your body, you will know when you need it.
Yeah, there's difference to like wanting to do it and needing to do it.
Definitely.
Like it doesn't like you.
That's what I'm saying.
If you keep wanting to not do anything, all right, you're lazy. But if you need to, like that's fine. Like
and that's what we're saying. Like, you know, if you I can cut hair for however long, how many days in a row, but then it'll come to the point where you realize, okay, I can't do it now, and then you take that step back. But not just because you wake up one day and you're like, nah, I don't want to do this. It's got
no, of course,
definitely.
Do you think that you can do a better job of like preempting, avoiding getting burnt out?
Definitely.
How?
Structure.
In what sense?
So like, I mean, for me, my last sort of break, like, was I had a week at the start of the year. So I think, that was the last time. So since then, it's just been like full on from the start of the year. So maybe, I think maybe gaps during the year, maybe a week off here, a few days off there, go away somewhere just to avoid and, as you said, preempt the burnout. And, that'd probably be the main thing, breaks and stuff like that. Another important thing is when you get into a rut and into a burnout, I believe you can't, it's very hard to get out, especially when you want to start something new, you can't. When you're in the burnout, you can't. So the whole idea is to avoid being burnt out.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm saying to avoid being burnt out prior to your burnout, do something new. You know, whether it be for your business, do something new. If you're a barber, buy a new pair of clippers, buy a camera, buy this or buy that. Do something new. It doesn't have to be buy something, just change up something that you're doing, change up the studio, whatever it is. You have to preempt it by doing something new, I believe, to avoid the burnout. Because burnout happens when you have too much, I'm not going to call it consistency, but too much of the same shit.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's just like you're stuck in the same thing, bro.
Definitely. So that's why two things. Add little gaps, add little breaks. That's something that I'll definitely want to do next year. And second thing, change stuff up.
So you want structure. And then like gaps in between to avoid.
Definitely.
I feel like that's healthy.
Definitely.
That's what's needed.
Definitely.
There you go.
What about you, bro? You said monumental. Monumental was the word for you of 2024. What do we mean by that, bro?
Yeah, bro, just in a lot of things in my life, I feel like it's been, just like I'm going to look back in this and be like, okay, 21 to 22 was like a really key pillar in my life. Like, obviously, Calm's doing what it's doing, and we've had a lot of success and been able to do it part-time and pretty much, and like just have tons of reach, which has been surreal. obviously I graduated uni. You know, I kind of jumped out of corporate. You know, definitely continue my relationship and, you know, build those foundations for something that's, you know, everlasting. Just like, yeah, bro, just monumental year. Like, moved to a new house. Moved out of the trap with my boy. Like, just leveled up, bro. Just monumental year, man. Like, I think this year really set the foundation for success. Like, I'm really set in where I want to go. I don't really want to do anything new. I just want to do more of what I'm doing. Like, I don't feel like I need to go searching for things. It's what I'm doing, but just at a larger, better capacity. That's it.
What does 22 mean to you, bro?
22. I feel like 22 was, to me, is going to be the age where I figured it out. Like, I figured it out. I feel like I spent a lot of my teens, bro, 2021, just trying to figure it out. What do I want to do? Who do I want to be? I figured it out. Like, I've never been more comfortable in my skin and my journey and my goals and everything, bro. Like, I just know. It's like I'm just so set. Like, I know where my business wants to be. Like, I know where I want my relationship to be. I know how I want my home to be. Like, I just know, bro. Like, I'm just 22, I'm set, bro. You know, by the time I'm 23, it's just established, bro.
What's some advice you can give to guys who aren't quite 22 yet? How can they be set?
And I think we speak about this in a few episodes, but try everything and anything. Just try it. You never know if you're going to like it, whether it's a job, whatever it may be. Try everything. And then I would also say, again, man, have that conversation with yourself. Like, just really have that conversation with yourself. What do you like? What do you not like? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? Like, you know, I do it all the time in schools and stuff. Like, if you close your eyes, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? Like, what does that look like? What does that sound like? You know, who's there with you? What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Like, and oftentimes it doesn't have to be like a big, I want to be a millionaire. Like, nah, bro. If you just see yourself in 10 years with a family, a couple kids, happy, like, okay, that's the end goal. Well, how do you get to that? How can you be happy? How can you find a partner that, you know, you can share the rest of your life with? You know what I mean? You got to pour into yourself in order to get there, man. I feel like nothing comes without visualizing and without trying. Like, you can't just wake up and be like, oh, I want to shop. Like, I know you've seen yourself in the shop. Like, I know, you know, how many chairs you want. I know you have an idea of who's cutting for you. I know you have all that because you see it. Mm-hmm. But you only see that because you've tried cutting out of your own studio for so long. Like, I think they both go hand in hand, man.
Definitely. I agree. I think you hit the nail on the head, bro. There's no way to get to where you want to be without setting the foundations. It's not a wish. It's not a want. It's not a dream that you just, you know, you don't wish upon a star. You got to make it happen.
Real, bro. Real. And I feel like we're both making it happen in a lifetime. And that's why this is such a great thing, bro. But what's been the thing that you've been most proud of yourself this year? The one thing. Doesn't have to be your business milestone. Doesn't have to be. What are you? If I ask you that, what's the first thing that comes to your head? What is Aj Ealef most proud of himself for?
I think having just a total shift of perspective on what life's about. Really. I think if you'd asked me that question maybe 2 years ago, I would have told you it was all about just making money. Nah, seriously, all about making money and, you know, just those...
That hustle.
The hustle and that imaginary shit you see on social media, you know, with the cars and the houses and this and that. But this year, yeah, I've realized that it's not at all what it's about. There's a lot many more pillars of life that far, far outweigh all that sort of stuff.
Where did this shift in perspective come from?
Honestly, I think it's been slowly learning about God. I think that was the main sort of thing that led me to learn that this sort of stuff. I mean, I'm still got heaps and heaps to learn, but becoming conscious of, you know, religion, whatever religion it is that you preach, just becoming conscious of that will, I think, you know, instantaneously shift your perspective on what it really means to live. And yeah, I guess it's not so much about, you know, it's not so much about the physical success, but more so about, you know, the success, the inner success that you can have, whether it be with your relationships and yourself as one, and your connection with God. And I think the most important thing is the connection with God, and how the strength of that really defines your success. I've rambled a bit, but
Nah, you haven't, bro. I feel like just a bit of self-expression and some.
yeah.
So what made you kind of go down this path and explore your faith and get in touch with your faith more?
I think it was something that I'd wanted to do for a while that I just sort of never did, which is no excuse. It's just I never did. So you know, you can't really want it if you don't do it. So I just sort of said, well, I might as well try. And as I said, I've still got a long way to go, but I think the most important part is becoming conscious of it. When you know and when you're aware of what you're doing and if it's right or wrong, then that's the first step. And then you'll be able to shift your life in accordance with that. And yeah, I guess it was one of my friends who, he definitely encouraged it upon me. And that's something that I always thank him for, because it's so powerful once you immerse yourself in religion.
Bless, bro. I feel like that's a very key pillar to have in your life and to take you forward and to continue to lead you on your journey and your discovery as a man, as a person, as everything, bro. So that's massive that you can acknowledge that you had a shift in perspective this year, which is really, really hard. And then it's also refreshing to hear that you can kind of give the glory to God in a sense, and kind of, you know, know that that's been a reason in shaping that, bro. So hats off to you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely not to say that, you know, believing in God is going to make your life better.
Nah.
Because, you know, the amount of saints and, you know, influential people in religion who had the worst lives. They had the worst lives, and it wasn't until they died, you know, that they were crowned saints. But honestly, that shift in perspective honestly makes you feel a whole lot more calmer and a whole lot more faithful, really, that you have that strength within you. It almost feels that you can sort of go on with your day with peace. With peace.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you feel more at peace knowing that you can just leave it to God and just trust in God?
Definitely.
It's almost like, all right, this is out of my, just accepting that this is out of my hands, out of my control, and I know that there's a divine intervention, there's something greater than me.
Definitely.
Working towards it in the background.
Yep.
It's very reassuring.
Definitely. How about you, bro? What's something that you discovered yourself this year that maybe you otherwise might not have?
Discovered this year? I think...
Or anything that you might have furthered?
I think I discovered and furthered like a greater understanding of myself. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I feel like I've learned some things about myself that maybe I didn't want to like accept or acknowledge. Like I'm pretty, you know, bro, I feel like I'm pretty emotional. I feel like I always knew I was, but to a different extent this year. I feel like, you know, I had a deeper understanding of the things that I might be insecure about. So that's been a really big thing for me. Just a lot of self-discovery, man. And yeah, bro, seeing, not my flaws per se, but just, I think I've always focused on my strengths as a person. This is what I'm good at. It's what I'm great at. And my strengths outweigh everything else. But when push comes to shove, I have all these other little things that I can work towards, and then I can better, and then I can improve. So that's been a realization and been a wake-up call for me.
Yep. No, I appreciate that, bro. I think that's something that a lot of us are starting to do these days.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's important, the whole self-discovery aspect of life, because we're not going to get far if we don't focus on that.
100%, bro. And I feel like, excuse me, I feel like, yeah, I owe a lot of it to the people around me who have helped me do that, especially my partner, God bless her, love her to bits. She's been a real pillar in my life this year, and really, yeah, man, she's really just helped me understand who I am, helped me understand just how I can just be better. And she doesn't even realize it, but like, obviously, you just, as a partner, you want to be better, and just the conversations and the time and energy and effort she puts into me, and more so, like, to be real, the perspective she's given me has really opened my eyes to a lot of things, bro. I'm a person that I feel like I can do it my way or the highway. It's just me, rah, rah, rah. And then she'll come in with a whole different light and a whole different reason. And just, I'm sitting there like, I didn't think of that. Like, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. So I'm always valuable for the input she gives me. And yeah, man, just to kind of take that into my stride and how I can better a lot of things, man. Like, we had a conversation yesterday about goals and expectations and things based off the conversation we had, man. So I feel like just listening to the people around me, you know, shout out my boys, Carlo, Fortune, Soul, like, who just always give me perspective and always give me new ideas and new things to think about. Because other than that, I feel like sometimes I'm really stuck in my ways. So that's been that's been a massive thing for me this year.
Talking about new ideas, 2025, bro.
Yes, brother.
What's the go? What's the go? Where are we seeing ourselves? Where are you seeing yourself 2025?
So 2025, I know, right? Freaking 27 days.
27 days.
Crazy, bro. Where I see myself, bro, I know that for a fact I'm going to be in the best, like, physical shape of my life. That's a big thing for me next year as well. My mental. I'm going to have a lot of balance in my life from a business perspective, bro. I know that we're going to just do more. We're going to have a lot more schools than we did this year. We're going to be, so Mike and I, at the end of every year, we have a vision statement or a mission statement. So 2023 was action. 2024 was more. 2025 is takeover. 2026 established. So we always, and that's what I want to be, bro. We just want to take over. We want to take over as many young lives of motivation and inspiration to the largest capacity, bro. We're already doing well. We've had conversations in December for bookings next year. We already have 3 schools secured, which is a blessing, because this time last year we had nothing, right? We didn't really have anything lined up. So we already know that things are coming out. We're going to have athletes on board onto Calm Sport. I'm not going to put a figure right there. I'm just going to let it be, let it happen. But I know that's going to be thriving. That's going to be self-sufficient. We'll be a non-for-profit charity. That's been something I've been working on all year. I talk about it almost every second episode. It's been the most challenging thing, and we're in the final stages now. Constitution's done. All the legalities are done. We just need to lodge our application and leave it to God. And then inshallah that it gets passed and everything, and we'll be a non-for-profit charity, which will be a blessing, bro. I want to next year be looking potentially at getting a hub space. Is going to be massive for us, and having our own unit. I want us to be sponsored by a lot of big businesses, and we will be sponsored by a lot of big businesses, and just continue our outreach into the community and affecting young lives. We have a kind of 3 pillars that we're focusing on next year, being the programs, being ongoing resources, and peer-to-peer mentorship. So I really want to hone in on those 3 things and be consistent with our content, man. And 2025, man, I see myself this time at the end of the year when we're filming another ep, probably be like ep 62 by then, just talking about everything we did and achieving it. And I just see myself, bro, just set, happy, man, and just enjoying everything for what it is, not diminishing my achievements. And, you know, obviously being hungry is great, but also just, all right, we did well. And just giving ourselves a pat on the back. That's what I see for 25.
Sounds like 2025 is going to be a great year, and I know that it will be. You guys have fostered such a great establishment in the way that you guys are working, and I know that it's only going to keep getting better, bro.
Thank you, brother. What about you, man? What's 2025 for Ealef Cuts?
2025, keep doing what we're doing. Work hard, work smart. Open a shop. Open a
Here we
shop.
go.
That's the
Give me a timeline.
timeline. By the end of 2025.
Okay.
By the
That's
end
fair.
of
That's fair.
2025. Yeah.
You know what's crazy, bro? I think we can go back to one of the apps and I can pinpoint the moment where you were you.
I think it was about like maybe 7.
Something like that. And I can pinpoint the moment, the look in your face where you're like, you're really deep in this shit now. You were like, okay.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I don't know, maybe. And then.
It has to be done, man. It has to be done. I think, don't get me wrong. I love doing the one-on-one. There's only so much you can do from a little studio like this. There's only so much you can do. The only thing I will say is I'll never forego that tailored experience. That's one thing that I know a lot of barbershops do lack, and I don't want that in my barbershop. I don't want you to walk in the shop and be like, nah, I don't want him, or him. I only want that guy. That's never gonna happen. I want to make sure that every barber can provide the best experience for their client. And so yeah, that's the goal. It's gonna be more than the barbershop. It's gonna be next level, man.
What do you think?
What
do you see?
I can't express it yet, but I visualize it. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be huge. So yeah, that's next year. That's the main thing. Main thing is the shop.
The shop.
Yes, sir. The shop. Now that's gonna be the next thing. In terms of everything else, keep hustling. Keep going to the gym. Getting big.
This guy's already massive. Get bigger.
And yeah, eat good, feel good, everything.
It's good.
Live life at a equilibrium. Every pillar's got to be balanced. And enjoy the good things more and value them and cherish them, because I feel like life moves so quick these days. We don't stop to appreciate. So I think take a stop and just acknowledge what's going on, and that'll be the main thing. Do more things that make you happy.
Do more things that make you happy. That's a good way to leave it, Brian. And I'm excited to see the growth and to talk about it and to document it and to hear all about how the shop goes and, kind of document the experience here and on this platform, man. So I'm excited for you, bro. I think it's going to be, I know for a fact it's going to be an incredible year for you next year, just given your work ethic, giving your energy, your effort, man. And you're always willing to pour yourself and pour your cup into other people, bro. So, I hope that for next year you can just pour that into yourself, man, and just really hone in on what you're doing as you are and just keep doing it to the capacity. And, bro, keep that faith and you keep your work ethic and good things will come, bro. I'm excited to see it, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. And yeah, let's hope that we put the steps in to get there. Before we go, let's thank everybody for supporting us for season 1 of bro. In the Cut, from the chair to the community.
It's been massive. Just anyone who's ever said thank you to me or acknowledged or liked the post, commented, shared, had a conversation about it, like, it goes a long way. Even if you're like, oh, you guys, the guy from the podcast, like, yeah, bro, like, it's been dope, man. It's been dope. Like, this is how you form connections, build connections, and we're only getting started, right? Like, we're rookies at this. It's only been 18 episodes in the grand scheme of things. Like, think about it, 18 shifts at work, right? That's not too many. So, super thankful for everyone that's even entertained the idea of In the Cut or just like the concept, man. It's been dope, and we're going to continue to just do more next year.
Definitely. It's only going to get bigger and better, and we appreciate it. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing, and that's season 1.
From the books, bro, In the Cut.
From the chair to the community.
Yes, sir.